Alright everyone, so I've just started working on a Toyota AE86 Trueno design. This is of course the one made famous by Initial D. Basically, I've just finished the front end, and this whole car is pretty much a version 2 of my previous AE86. I built this model, I think, about a year ago, so yeah, it was about time for a refresh. A few things needed to be fixing, for example, the really flat sides. The headlights also looked a bit weird, and the overall scale wasn't exactly how I wanted it to be. So for this model, I decided to make it 7 inches wide instead of 8 to fix the scaling issue, as well as some smaller wheels, of course, to aid with that. And most notably, on the sides of the hood, it actually uses these angled white bars instead of these slope pieces, which is much more realistic because the white parts are of course thinner than the stud wide slope pieces. And anyways, I'm now going to design the rest of the car. Okay, so it was at this point in time when I realized that the rear was taking me a lot more time than I expected, mainly due to the fact that the roof of the car was 6 inches wide and the body was 7 inches wide, so the rear basically had to combine the two. But yeah, later I came up with a solution of a sideways placed tile, which worked not too bad, but I later changed it to something else off screen, as you can see right here. And yeah, this one works much better. And basically now with the whole car design done, what I'm now going to do is basically convert my old 8 stud wide AE86 into this one by basically just reusing the same parts. Alright everybody, so the car is all finished. As you can see, we've got quite a few spare parts left behind from the old car. But actually, I still need to add one thing, and that would be the interior right here, because I forgot to add it into the digital design. So yeah, I'm going to put one of those in right now. Alright everybody, so the car is finished and in my opinion looks a lot better than the old one, as it was of course supposed to. I was a bit skeptical, to be honest, about these bar pieces for the front end at first because it leaves a few gaps, but it's pretty much the only solution to get these white parts as thin as possible. The front end is probably my favorite part. It's got of course the license plate right here that was taken actually directly from the old model, as well as a few other parts, for example the sides right here, as well as the rear end, which is pretty much a very similar design. It's a bit easier to see with the hood off, but this whole front assembly just uses these two clip pieces to basically attach to the whole body of the car. And it's a surprisingly strong connection, and also allows me to basically offset the front by a half a stud, because this whole front design is basically built on a 6 inch wide frame, while the body, as I mentioned, is 7 inches wide. Moving on to the back, we've got a few more nice details. We've actually got an exhaust down here, this muffler piece courtesy of the spare parts on the Nissan GTR set. Also similar to the previous model, we have a opening hatch right here. It's a bit tough to open, but basically as you can see, it's got an opening hatch, and there's also a tofu model somewhere. I will need to find it because I'm not sure where it went. Okay, so I actually just found it. It's pretty much a nice Easter egg that you can hide in the back here, and also just a nice reference to the show if you want to add it. So jumping over to the inside of the car, you can now see the interior that I pretty much just added. I wanted to keep it pretty accurate to the one in Initial D, so it's got these gray sort of racing seats. And then it's got this maroon dash and maroon center console. Unfortunately, I don't think this car can fit minifigures because it's 7 inches wide, so basically the arms would hit the side of the car. But I think if you took the arms off of a minifigure, they might actually fit. In fact, I could probably try that right now. Okay, so a minifigure looks to basically fit without the arm on the side of the car. Yeah, it looks a little bit like weird if you look closely, but I think from like a far away you probably wouldn't notice that much. Okay, so I basically just explained to you guys the whole car, but I do have one more thing that I want to try. You know, I of course had to make a tuned version of my AE86, and I gotta say this might just be like my favorite car yet, or my favorite car that I've like ever built yet. To be honest, I really didn't expect it to look this good with a body kit. I just got a few simple mods like these side skirts right here, as well as like the splitter right here on the front. I had a lot of fun with this project, and I will indeed release instructions on Rebrickable soon, probably for the tuned version and the regular version. The regular version will probably come first, but the tuned is not too hard to like mod, so it'll probably be very soon after. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want me to do more like version 2s of previous cars that I've made. I know I've done quite a few, for example like the Supra, the GTR. You know, I think it's pretty fun doing those because it's cool to see how much like I've improved and stuff. Or if you just want me to do more like initial D cars or more movie cars, you know, just comment down below what you want me to make. Of course, no guarantee that I'll make your suggestion, but maybe it'll play into my next decision. So yeah, anyways, with that all said, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and yeah, stay tuned for the instructions, and I'll see you in the next one.